Hi everyone, this is Arlene with Design with Arlene. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. This is my channel where I make video tutorials on how to make cards and other stamped projects. Today's project is this fun card right here. This is made using the stamp set Tasteful Touches. It's a set of 9 different stamps. And I'm also using some dies, 2 different die sets. This is the Tasteful Labels dies that comes in a bundle with the Tasteful Touches. And then I'm also going to be using a couple of dies from the Stitch So Sweetly dies as well. I'm starting out with the base of the card, which is an early espresso. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I started out with, and then I cut it in half. So it is 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it down the middle at 4.25 as well. This is the base of the card. I also have a piece of the Mary Merlot that has been die cut from one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies. This is the larger rectangle, the scalloped rectangle, and then from a smaller scalloped rectangle in crumb cake. And then I have one of the decorative dies from the same Stitch So Sweetly die set, and this is made out of Rococo Rose. And I also have a couple of little foil pieces here. And these designs, these dies were cut from the Tasteful Labels dies. I will be stamping on the front of the card, the Early Espresso cardstock, and using Early Espresso ink, I'm taking the flower stamp and I'm going to ink up my stamp and then stamp off on my scrap piece of paper and then stamp onto the front of the card. And I will just repeat that process all the way around the card until I've gone completely around all 4 sides. I have a smaller rectangle that's been cut out of crumb cake, and using the coordinating ink pad in crumb cake as well, taking the same flower stamp and again just repeat that process, this time just stamping randomly over the whole piece of crumb cake. With the rectangle that's been cut out of Mary Merlot, I'm taking the greenery stamp and inking it in Mary Merlot as well. I'm just going to repeat the process that I've done for both the card front and the crumb cake rectangle, inking up with Mary Merlot and then stamping once on scrap paper and then stamping down again on the sides of my Mary Merlot. And just continue that process going around all 4 sides. This is just one of the background stamps that this set has, and with the piece that's cut from Rococo Rose, I have the Rococo Rose stamp pad. Again, just the same technique. Just ink up my stamp and then stamp off on scrap paper and then stamp it just randomly across. Bringing back the Early Espresso stamp pad, I've got this saying here, the "You Are the Best." Going to ink that up in Early Espresso, and this time I'm not going to ink to stamp it first on scrap paper, but just going directly onto that cutout made from the Rococo Rose cardstock. And you have your saying there on that. Now that we have all of our elements stamped and ready to go, it's time to put our card together. I'm going to layer the crumb cake onto the Mary Merlot using my Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to take the 2 pieces of foil, the 2 die cuts, and I'm going to layer them one on top of another. And the longer piece that's narrower, I'm going to go ahead and place that over the wider banner with the portion of it on the bottom hanging down a little bit. And then I'm going to take this section right here and go ahead and glue that down onto the front of the crumb cake. And then using Stampin' Dimensionals, I'll just pop this up and then glue this section onto the front of the card. I have a piece of ribbon. This is from the Forever Greenery ribbon combo pack, the trim, and I'm just going to place that inside and then wrap it around and just tie a knot. And then just trim the edges. We're almost done. We just need a little bit of bling, and I'm taking some of the metallic pearls and just going to add some of those onto the crumb cake that's been stamped on. And now that we've added our fun metallic pearls, our card is ready to send. So I hope you enjoyed that card. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is made with the Tasteful Touches stamp set. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this and subscribe to see more. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.